Today's topic is reading. If you've got 5 minutes, I've got 5 tips to help you to leverage your reading to help to improve your writing. Well, it shouldn't come as any surprise to you that anybody who talks about writing and teaching writing will tell you how important it is for you to be a reader. I've talked about it before, and this is probably not the last time I'll talk about it. But it's so important that people who want to write and want other people to read their writing to be readers themselves. To tell you the truth, I've never actually figured out why anybody who doesn't enjoy reading would ever want to write and would ever have the expectation that anybody would be interested in reading their writing if they're not interested in reading at all. I want to share with you something William Faulkner once wrote about reading and about writers and what they should read, because this is important and sets the stage for what I'm going to talk about. Read everything, trash, classics, good and bad, and see how they do it. Just like a carpenter who works as an apprentice and studies the master. Read. You'll absorb it, then write. If it's good, you'll find out. And I don't want you to misinterpret what he said about absorbing things and then writing. You're not trying to write like the people that you're reading, but the reading can help your writing. And this is how. I've got 5 tips. Tip number 1, read for inspiration. If you read widely, you'll be exposed to a variety of different perspectives, genres, writing styles, and these are the kinds of things that can inspire you. Not to inspire you to write the same thing, but it twigs ideas in your head and helps you to formulate them and to expand on them. People have probably told you that you need to read within your genre, and that's really important. You do need to read within your genre. However, it's also important for you to read broadly. This exposure can spark creativity, and it can really help you to hone your own ideas. Tip number 2, read to learn language mastery. Reading can actually help you to improve your vocabulary and your overall language skills, and that includes grammar. But beware, don't read just anything. Not everyone who you would read has mastery of the English language. It's important to understand and be picky about the things that you choose. Yes, you might read some things strictly for entertainment, but when you're reading with the purpose of improving your vocabulary or gaining some mastery of the language, be careful. Choose some of the old masters. Read some of those. Read some of the newer ones that are well known as being excellent writers. But make sure that you're paying attention to what you read. Tip number 3, analyze other authors to learn the craft of storytelling. Constructing plots, creating characters, creating tension. These are the kinds of things that are elements of storytelling that you can learn about by reading other people's work who have actually done this and done it well. And you'll know that they've been reviewed well, and you'll know as you read them whether or not they're able to do this for you, if they are creating good characters, if you can feel the tension, but look at how they're doing it. This means that you don't read just for entertainment value. You're going to keep notes. If you like to read in hard copy, then keep a notebook with you all the time. If you prefer to read an ebook on a digital platform, then they have the capabilities of allowing you to highlight things and make comments and keep track of those in a list of notes. This is very helpful. Make full use of this when you're reading. Tip number 4, read books from different cultures and time periods. This will help you to foster cultural awareness and increase your empathy. If you do this, you can draw from these diverse backgrounds to help your own work. You can create more authentic and relatable characters. Also, you can make settings that are more accurately depicted. So read authors whose characters inhabit different kinds of lives than you do. It may not be the kind of literature that you're going to write. You may not be going to write something in that particular place and time. However, you might have a character that pops into one of your books, and if you have this particular background, having read about it, you'll have more of a cultural awareness. Tip number 5, focus your reading when you need to do some research for a specific piece of writing. Reading is probably one of the most valuable research tools that a writer can have. Yes, you can go online and you can Google a whole lot of things and come up with different ideas, and you can go to ChatGPT and have it come up with a compendium of information for you, but reading a book is one of the very best ways that you can do research. And it doesn't matter what you're writing. You may be writing fiction, nonfiction, historical fiction, contemporary fiction. You may be writing magazine articles. You may be writing blog pieces. Many of these require research. And some of the research that you can glean can come from other people's writing, that may be even writing fiction. They may have done some research already. It brings up certain questions that you have. You go and you check it. You do the fact checking afterwards. But your reading is what really pushes you in that direction of finding what you need to find. So the bottom line is that reading is an essential practice for writers, and no matter whose work you look at to get some advice about your writing, they're always going to tell you that you should be a reader first. And frankly, if you're not prepared to do any reading, I would suggest that you just step away from the computer, because you're not really a writer. Happy writing. Talk to you soon. Subscribe to Write, Fix, Repeat, and maybe I can help you improve your writing knowledge and skills. 5 tips at a time.